I did that last night.
Okay, so again, I will introduce myself because the program is being recorded and I want our archives to be accurate. I am Carol Weinshell, Vice President of Program and Membership at Congregation Rodeph Sholom in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Before we begin our trip to Guam, there are a few business items to bring to your attention. First, I want you to know that no one else is conducting the research or putting together these programs, with the exception of Cantor Nima, who is doing Tunisia, except me. If there are errors, they are certainly not intentional, and I have been as careful as possible to credit the sources for the photos. Next, I received a question today about the menorah in front of the Eiffel Tower. And if you recall, I said last night that I did not understand how there were only 6 candles. The person, who shall remain nameless, was very disturbed, thinking this was a blatant form of anti-Semitism. Need I tell you how disturbed and upset I was? This was not my intent for this program. In my being a lifelong learner, I am always looking for the correct answers and can assure you that I do not have them all, but I do know where to look. So I called the expert. I called Rabbi Eisenberg, my partner in crime from the Greenblatt program, and he too was puzzled. He requested the picture and he called me immediately. You have to look very carefully, Carol, to see that there are 9 candles, exactly what there should be for Hanukkah. In a minute, I will show you this picture in case anybody else had the same question and didn't want to ask. So that's the next order of business. Last, having spent over an hour on the phone late this afternoon with the archivist from Temple Emmanuel in Honolulu, after I thought I had found no information, I am moving Honolulu to Thursday and traveling to Guadalcanal tomorrow night. I hope that won't negatively impact anyone's travel plans or airline change fees. I can guarantee that both places will be fascinating. The rest of the week is as follows. So tomorrow, is Guadalcanal. Wednesday, we're in person at the synagogue, where we're having our party with the Church of the Apostles and the Brazilian Baptist Mission. Nothing on Zoom. Raffle drawing, dancing, singing, and latkes. Sorry for those of you who are too far away to have the latkes and to join us with the dancing. So Thursday will be Honolulu, and I will do Honolulu from Aberdeen, North Carolina. Friday, the Philippines at 3:45. Don't forget, because if you come on at 7, you will have missed and your plane tickets will have been for naught. Saturday, Cantor Hirsch is taking us to Tunisia. That's at 7 o'clock. And Sunday, Alaska at 7. Thank you to Sharon Sachs in advance, who will be your leader for the last 3 nights, since I will be with my son, Matthew, and his family in North Carolina. And now, as promised, the picture of the Eiffel Tower menorah, and then a quick flight to Guam. So just be patient with me, and I will pull that up. So I want you to look. Rabbi, you should really explain this because you saw it and I did not. Do you want to explain how there are 9?
Well, Carol, if you can use your pointer or your cursor.
Yes.
Okay, so there's no way of zooming.
No.
There's no way of zooming this, I guess,
try. Wait.
or enlarging it.
I don't know.
But,
let me try.
Yeah, I could try. It wouldn't take more than 10 seconds.
Yes, right there, Carol. You got it.
Yep. I made it bigger.
Okay, so if you take your pointer, Carol,
Yes,
and you'll point out to everybody that you have 3 on each side, right?
yep, 1, 2, 3,
But here's the 4th,
up
right
here.
next to the shamash in the middle. You see, there are 2 candles on either side. You see where Carol was pointing? Those are actual candles right there. So that's 4 on each side, and the 9th, the shamash in the middle. It's very hard, unless you are zooming in or looking very carefully. It looks to the naked eye like it's a menorah. Now, a menorah is the 7-branched candelabrum that's described in the Torah as the lights that illuminated the Mishkan, the Ark, and the tabernacle in the desert. And later on, the temple in Jerusalem had 3 on each side and a 7th in the middle. That was the menorah. The Chanukiah, or what is usually referred to as the Hanukkah menorah, has 4 on each side, and the 9th is the shamash. Okay, so in this case, it would be very easy to miss those 2 candles right alongside in the center, right alongside the shamash.
Thank you, Rabbi.
And as Erwin likes to say, that's all I got.
Okay, so thank you. That was great. And that makes me wonder if I need new glasses. Okay, so now that we've been back to Paris, it's a very quick trip to Guam. So here we go. Okay. Hanukkah around the world, night 2, Guam. I tried to make that my background, but my head seems to be covering the whole flag of Guam. That's really something if you can make that happen. So I want you to see, let's see if I do this right, and I've missed it already. Okay, I want you to see exactly where Guam is. Okay, I have to slide all of you people off my screen. This is Guam. Over here, the Philippine Sea, you see where my arrow is? I put this arrow in so you could see. There is little Guam, even though it kind of looks big here, right in the middle of all of these islands. Now, over here, where I have this arrow, I'm going to show you where the city is that has all the activity, or some of the activity. So I thought you needed to see the maps so you know where we were going. This is the city I was telling you about. Look at the picture. This is Guam. Pleasure Island, this is called. A tourist destination. Restaurants, activities, and hotels. Now, I don't know about you, but I sure was shocked when I saw this. I didn't know what to expect, and this was definitely not it. And the last picture I have is the beach. I mean, it's really, really beautiful. So I thought that what you really might be interested in, and if you're not, I'm sorry, but it's what I've got. So this is what I have. This is what I have found about Guam. It was ceded to the United States as part of the Spanish-American War in 1899. The governor in 1899, curiously, was a Jewish naval officer, Edward D. Taussig, Taussig. In World War II, Guam was ousted, the United States was ousted by the Emperor of Japan, and that happened in 1941. But in 1944, it was recaptured by American troops. There were Jewish military personnel, as you can imagine, one being a U.S. Navy nurse, Lieutenant Miriam Miller. There was a newsletter published for Jewish servicemen, and this connected Jewish volunteers from North America who were involved, ready for this, in a secret operation of rescuing Jews after World War II and helping them get to Palestine. So in 1945, Rosh Hashanah was celebrated in a B-29 super fortress hangar, complete with Torahs, seats, a pulpit, special lighting, prayer books, and a PA system, all created by non-Jewish personnel. So back then, far away from where we are today, non-Jews were working with Jews so they could celebrate. Does that sound familiar? Because our Church of the Apostles and the Brazilian Baptist Mission consider us their family, and we're working together with them. The chaplain in 1945 was David I. Cedarbaum. Now, I looked him up because I remember, and those of you who are from Bridgeport and were knitters, there was a Cedarbaum's. So thinking maybe there was a connection, I looked. There wasn't. In 1962, there was a synagogue, but the synagogue was destroyed. And this one was not due to terrorism. This was due to a typhoon. In 1976, the military chaplain was dedicated by the US Navy and the Air Force. And in 2005, the Guam Interfaith Committee was formed. Now they had visiting rabbis coming from none other, no shock, New York, who performed bar and bat mitzvahs. In 2009, they had 150 Jews on Guam. How many of those do you think were active participants? Any guess? If you have a guess, unmute and tell us.
150.
No, sir. A third, 50, were active participants. So today, there is a presence, and the presence is the US military, which again should be no surprise. So how do they celebrate Hanukkah on Guam? They celebrate by lighting candles using the shamash. They give gifts. The children receive coins, and they were encouraged to give the coins to charity. A resident of the island, married to a non-Jew, and I quote, said, "Being Jewish is part of who I am, and it's a part of who my children are. So I think they should learn about and enjoy their backgrounds." John Joseph, an archaeologist and Jewish convert, became Jewish because he felt his beliefs and values aligned with that of Judaism. Conversion was difficult, but well worth it, he said. He values the communal aspect of faith, of the faith, of our faith. The Jewish community, they look upon the Jewish community as a big family with thoughts and feelings that bring people together in prayer and in love. Religious ceremonies are held at the Santa Fe Hotel or Three Squares, which is a restaurant. Now, COVID hit Guam as well, and that kept people home, and they participated on Zoom, although they preferred to be in person also. So I guess we could invite Guam to join us. No synagogue is there now, but the people pray together. They grow as a people together. They celebrate together, and they spread as much mitzvot as possible. So I learned this from this article on the internet, called Holiday Traditions Are as Varied as Guam's Religions, written by Miwa Gudmundsen for the Pacific Daily News pretty recently, December 8th, 2021. So for my purposes, when I looked at where Guam is, and remember how far away it is from us, they believe the same way we do as to being family and caring for each other. And I thought that was pretty special. So that's what I learned about Guam, and that's what I can share with you. You can ask me questions. I can guarantee I don't have the answers. Anybody?
What's the flying time from Guam to New York?
Leon, it didn't take me very long to get there. One of my kids says, I don't tell time well, I beam myself. So that's how I got there. I'd have to look that up. All I know is I went from my kitchen to my bedroom and it took me about a minute, maybe 45 seconds. So I went from Fairfield to Guam in 45 seconds.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we have some business. We have to light candles. That's why we're here, besides learning about other countries. We've got some singing. I see we have a couple of special singers here. We've got a raffle, and we have Sharon, who's going to share a quote. So I think because I forgot her last night, Sharon, you're on first.
Now I got to share. Okay, here we go. Okay, so quote for night 2. Hanukkah is about the freedom to be true to what we believe without denying the freedom of those who believe otherwise. Very simple, but I thought very meaningful.
Thank you. You had to do quite a bit of work too in order to find the quotes. So thank you. Rabbi and Nima, you two can take this show on the road for the next act, whichever way, however you want to go.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for the presentation about Guam. Excellent. Maybe Cantor, you'd like to light the candles. I have my guitar, so I can lead a song or two, or you can if you wish.
Okay, I like the candles. I have the menorah Hanukkah ready. And Rabbi, maybe you can sing the Mautzur afterwards.
Very good.
Beseder?
It said there.
Not sure if you can see the whole thing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem b'zman hazeh.
Now we're going to sing Ma'od Tzur in Hebrew and in English. Maybe another song or two. Ma'od Tzur Yeshuati Lechana El Shabeya Tikot Beit Tefilati Bisham Toda Nisabeya, Leye Nachin Mateya, Mitzor Hanabeya, Azegmor Bishir Mizmor, Chanukah Mizbeya, Azegmor Bishir Mizmor, Chanukah Mizbeya. Rock of ages, let our song praise thy saving power. Thou amidst the raging foes wast our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but thine arm availed us, and thy word broke their sword. When our own strength failed us, and thy word broke their sword. When our own strength failed us. How about a song about a dreidel? What do you think? Want to do a dreidel song? Sivivon, that's dreidel in Hebrew. Sivivon. And why is it called a sivivon? Because in Hebrew, the root samech vet, right? Samech vet means to spin, to twirl, to spin around. So the dreidel is the thing that spins around, the sivivon. Sivivon, sof, Hanukkah, Chag Tov, Hanukkah, Chag Tov, Sivivon, sof, Chag Simcha, Ula'ah, Nes Gadol Hayasham, Chag Simcha, Ula'ah, Sivivon, sof, Hanukkah, Chag Tov, Hanukkah, Chag Tov, Sivivon, sof, Chag Simcha, Ula'ah, Nes Gadol Hayasham, Chag Simcha, Ula'ah, Sivivon, sof, Hanukkah, Chag Tov, Hanukkah, Chag Tov, Sivivon, sof. Want to do one more?
Sure.
Any requests? Taking requests. All right. Having heard none, we'll do, I like Al Hanisim, because Al Hanisim is a prayer that we recite 3 times a day on Hanukkah, and Shacharit in the morning, Mincha in the afternoon service, and Mariv in the evening service during the Amidah prayer. Al Hanisim means Al Hanisim for the miracles and for the sacrifices and for the wondrous deeds and deliverance She'asa Lavotenu that God did for our ancestors by Yamim Hahem in that day or in those days, Bazman Hazeh, and in this time. In other words, miracles happened then, but miracles still happen today. Al Hanisim ve'al. Yeah, I don't like that key. That key. Judy's reminding me in the back. Yeah, and I'll put the capo on. Raise it up a couple of frets. Don't fret. Okay, here we go. Al Hanisim ve'al Purkan ve'al Gurot ve'al Jua ve'al Milchamot ve'azita Lavotenu Bayamim Hahem Bazman Al Hanisim ve'al Purkan ve'al Gurot ve'al Jua ve'al Milchamot ve'azita Lavotenu Bayamim Hahem Bazman ala nisim v'ala furkan v'ala kuro v'ala tshuva v'ala milchama ve'asita l'avodeinu bayamim ha'em b'zman hazeh. Ala nisim v'ala furkan v'ala kuro v'ala tshuva v'ala milchama ve'asita l'avodeinu bayamim ha'em b'zman hazeh. Ala nisim ve'ala furkan ve'ala kuro ve'ala tshuot ve'ala milchamot she'asita l'avoteinu bayamim ha'em b'zman hazeh. Ala nisim ve'ala furkan ve'ala kuro ve'ala tshuot ve'ala milchamot she'asita l'avoteinu bayamim ha'em b'zman hazeh. Bayamim ha'em b'zman hazeh. Bayamim ha'em b'zman hazeh. That's a little Al Hanisim for the miracles. Back to you, Carol, in case Neem
Okay.
has something.
I have information. If you take a connecting flight from New York to Guam, it's 20 hours and 15 minutes plus. It is showing me, however, it looks like this must be a direct flight, 16 hours and 25 minutes. Let me say that neither would be good for me because I couldn't sit still that long. So that's the information, the answer to the question. Cantor, do you have anything you want to add?
Hi, everybody. Chag Sameach. I have nothing more to add. I have nothing to add. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Sharon. Beautiful program. I want to find out who won the raffle.
Well, Debbie's shaking the bag.
Uh-huh.
Last night it was Howard Goldstein. Close your eyes, Debbie. We have to make sure you're trustworthy. Who else but our president to pull the winning ticket? Oh,
Erica Cohen.
and I was going to comment, Erica has her patriotic centerpiece, don't you? Always with her American flags. How appropriate. Okay, Erica, you've got a $10 gift card for Target. You can start making your list as to how many things you can buy with $10.
Carol,
Yes,
may
sir.
I add that I'm very glad that Erica won the raffle tonight, but I have to admit I was kind of rooting for Howard to win it again. Because he's saving up for Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
I'll be happy to
That's
buy
not
some
gonna take it too
hats
far.
and gloves and donate for the church.
That's very nice.
That's nice. Howard just said that won't get him too far.
No, for sure not.
And that's nice what you're going to do, Erica. That's very nice. Make a donation
Thank
to the church. Very nice.
Very nice. Okay, I think we have night number 2 in the books.
Carol, can we just remind everybody that there are services on Zoom only because of the week of Hanukkah? There are services on Zoom in the morning and evening. So the services on Zoom are at 8:15, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and in person and on Zoom on Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
Debbie, call me, Debbie. Call me, Debbie.
I will.
Thank you.
Okay. All right,
Thank you.
everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you at Guadalcanal.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody. Happy Hanukkah.
Wonderful program. Thank
Happy
you.
Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
And thank you,
Wow.
Carol, again, thank you.
All right.
Cheryl,
My
I just got to
pleasure.
see Daddy. Hi, looks good. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah, Erica.
No, Sharon's dead. I can't think of his first name. Sharon.
Oh, Larry Sachs.
Larry, yeah, okay. Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Hi, Debbie.